Good day, everyone. We are live at the day two of the UI SME Fair, sponsored by Providus Bank, and we are going round to ask people two salient questions. The first one is, what do they know about sustainable development goals? As we all know, COP30 is happening currently in Brazil. And the second thing is, we are finding out what they know about the new taxation reform occurring in Nigeria and how it's going to affect their business. Join us as we go in to find out what's happening here. All right, so we are here with our first participant. They are an exhibitor at the UI SME Fair, Vivian Classical Fashion Boutique. All right, good day.
Good day, sir.
Can we meet you?
Yes, my name is Shuaton Joy. I'm on the level DFG student.
All right, thank you very much. So my question is on sustainability and taxation. So what do you know about SDGs?
I think it was actually funded by the United Nations,
Okay,
and it has to do with, it has many goals, but I don't know most of the goals, sure, but it has to do with sustainability development goals. And I think there are 16, but I don't know any of the goals, and I cannot say the goals one by one because I'm
all
not.
right, that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, the second question is about the taxation reform in Nigeria and how it's going to affect your business. Are you aware that there's a taxation reform starting in 2026?
Yes.
All right, so how do you think it's going to affect your own business?
It's actually going to affect in many ways because,
Okay,
take for example, the issue of fuel subsidy.
okay,
Of course, they will increase the fuel subsidy and then they're going to increase the transport fare. Okay, how come I boost now from this place to that place? Instead of 500, they will say, okay, maybe 1.5. I'll be like, and these are clothes. Clothes is not something that they sell a day. It can be, you may not sell it for like a month, sometimes 2 months. So it actually affects in some way.
all right. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. So this is their awesome products that they have displayed at the SME Fair. All right. Good day, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you doing
Yes,
today?
I'm very fine, thank God.
Okay, nice to meet
My
you.
name is Ibukwoloa Ajayi. I'm a sustainability educator and a tax reform advocate. So today, I want to learn more about your business and I want to ask you some questions about how the new tax reform is going to affect your business. So do you know about the new tax reform that is going to start in January 2026?
Yes, I've been engaged at the point as regards to that, but I've not actually dug in details as to what the modalities are, you know. So yes, I have an idea and I know that it's taking effect from January 2026, but I'm not really aware fully of the details.
All right, sir. So my question is, do you think we need that reform in Nigeria at this moment?
Currently, I don't think it's the right approach. And reason being that is the fact that so far, I'll use myself as an example.
Okay.
Growing up as a child, I don't think I've ever benefited anything from the government, you know, till this day. So I don't see any reason why a lot of things or policies are not yet put in place first, whereby, you know, the common man can survive. You know, I believe that once that is in place and then there's a means of livelihood for the majority of Nigerians, and the opportunities are there for us to leverage on. Yes, maybe in the later in future it might, but not at this time when we have to go through a lot of economic challenges, as the case may be.
Well, thank you very much for that. Now, do you know that this new tax reforms is going to help your business tremendously?
Oh, please enlighten me.
All right. So, you know what we call multiple taxation?
Okay.
When you have to pay tax to this place, tax to this place, tax to this place. But with these new tax reforms, you only have to pay tax when you make profit. And when you don't make profit, you are
pay tax.
allowed not to pay tax.
Okay, what about situations whereby, okay, because there was this information that I got, I have not taken time to verify it yet. However, I got an information that regardless of, you know, whether you are working or not, as far as you have money in your account, that money will be taxed. I don't know how correct that is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
You know, so I think I need more enlightenment in that regard.
So you know the way NIN was before?
Yeah.
That people were voluntarily taking their NIN. It wasn't like something that was compulsory. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But now, for you to do anything in Nigeria,
mandatory,
you
yeah.
need to have your NI. That is what the new tax
Reform.
identification number is all about. It's not majorly for saying they want to remove money from your account. No.
Okay.
It is first of all for you to even have a tax number. Then you can now be aware of what you need to do with your taxation. Is that okay, sir?
Okay, if I understand you, it's more like creating awareness, basically. But while being aware, are there consequences in terms of a certain percent being taken out of those monies that you have in the account? I don't know. I'm trying to understand how the work
All
is.
right. Thank you very much, sir. So, just to give a summation,
Yeah, submission. Yeah.
we pay taxes. We are just not aware.
Yes, of course I do. Personal income tax.
Personal income
Yes,
tax.
I
Even
pay
when
my
you go and
tax as well.
purchase certain items, you are paying tax. You are just not aware. But now you will be aware, and now you can now fight for your rights as a taxpayer. Because when you know you are paying, you know how much you are paying, and when you are asked certain questions, you can feel accurate tax information, which will be accessible because you now have a tax identification number.
Yeah, okay, I quite appreciate that. However, you know, in a country as ours that is quite peculiar, where we have situations that a lot of indigents, as the case were, pay these taxes. I've been paying tax for over 15 years, you know, being, you know, the working class, you know, category. However, for we to question and say, okay, how are these monies being utilized? You know, many times, many of us, we tend to just shy away from it, or collectively, we'll not be able to come together and say, you know what, we need answers to these very, you know, pressing questions. You know, so for me, it is the enforcement and, of course, how it is being translated to how the general populace will benefit from. You know, looking at the way other developed countries of the world, you know, manage this type of situations. So that is one concern for me. So it's beyond just saying, okay, we are being taxed. How has that or those monies been properly utilized for the common man? You know, that is very imperative for me, and you know, it's something that bothers, you know, as a very concerned citizen of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I believe that with time, by God's grace, as we keep working towards a better Nigeria, we will achieve that. And you are doing a very fantastic work
Thank you so
in
much.
doing that, in, you know, upscaling and improving, you know, the spice, you know, in Nigeria. This is Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
And we
Yes.
want to be able to see more from Nigeria in the global community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, sir.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
Have
sir.
a great day.
Yes, sir. That was awesome. Good day. So this is our participant number 3. This is O2 Collections, and these are our awesome products at the UI SME Fair. Hi, my name is Ibukunoluwa Oluwafunbi Ajayi.
Hi,
Can I
Ibuku.
meet you?
My name is Omeneke, Salaudin Mr. Omeneke.
Okay, I'm a sustainability educator, and I'm also a tax reform advocate. So
Okay.
I'm going to be asking you 2 questions. The first one is, are you aware of what we call sustainable development goals?
Yes, SDG.
Okay, which one is your favorite?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know much about it, so I can't say.
All right, okay, good. So sustainable development goals, when we talk about sustainability, we are saying we want to be able to meet today's needs
Okay.
while we don't compromise tomorrow's needs. Okay, so like you are producing today, but you don't want to compromise tomorrow in terms of your pollution
Like a
and all
long-term
that.
goal.
Yes, long-term goal. So currently, world leaders are at Brazil to see how we've been able to work towards the SDGs and what gaps we still have to cover that. Now, the second question is about the new Nigeria's tax reform. The tax laws or the tax policies that we are going to be implementing by January 2026. So are you aware of that? And how do you think it's going to affect you as a business?
I've not heard of it. I actually don't know anything about it.
All right, awesome. So Nigeria is actually undergoing a reform in our taxation
All right.
in terms of the policies and all that, just to ensure that we have, a better taxation environment and to improve the income of the country. It was a pleasure meeting you and talking to you. You have awesome products. I hope you sell all of them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're welcome.
you.
All right, bye.
We have different programs that we offer. You can see those flyers there. Trainings and workshops. We have trainings that we do, that we are planning some now. Quite exactly. We have for events. All sectors that we have in the station. You can tell us that we want to train our staff on this and they'll get certificates. For few weeks. So for few weeks, depending on how we own some of the it depends on your own show. So you can arrange programs based on demand. So not only that, entrepreneurship is not about training. You as a CEO, okay, my company exactly. I have been doing this opportunity. Most of these courses, when you go to Lagos Business School, those for $1 million to $2 million. But here, the highest you get is 200,000. Also, availability to have this course. This course is going on starting November. So, the value, interest in education,